Oh, Macaulay. So young, so innocent, so full of promise and potential. If only he were still with us to see just how much of an impact Home Alone has left on all of us. Wait, he's still alive? But I thought he got stung by bees and died. Oh, everything I've known is a lie.
Chrizinator.
Macaulay Culkin was the face of my generation. This face! Honestly, it's a perfect future metaphor when you think about it. Think too much and you fall into a well you can't escape from. Am I the only one who likes this movie? To me, the Pagemaster is an underrated gem. Contrary to what some, critics of nostalgia would claim, the movie wasn't really about reading more books. It was about conquering your fears, and nothing is more fearful than, oh no! It had an all-star cast that included Christopher Lloyd, Patrick Stewart, Leonard Nimoy, Whoopi Goldberg, and the rest of the missing Star Trek crew. Oh, and Culkin's character is wearing a red shirt. Symbolism? It had colorful animation, a bootyful music score, and plenty of dynamic lighting that would melt your eyes in bliss. Alas, there is one thing that hath eluded my entire life. The Pagemaster video game.
Now you can enter the magical world of the Pagemaster and live the unbelievable adventures of Richard Tyler anytime you want in the exciting new video game version of the Pagemaster.
This commercial for the game would always be there, staring me in the face before the VHS movie thing began. Right along a brief behind the scenes of the Power Rangers movie.
It's kind of a mix between The Wizard of Oz, somewhat Star Wars,
and
Wizard of Oz.
Actually, that's not far off.
All the adventure, all the fun, all the ooze.
The fear. It never leaves. It's time to bring everything full square. Story of my life, really. Let's do this. So right off the bat, you know that you have a classic on your hands when the game opens with Richie Rich here in the library looking like he just walked in the adult section. So far so good, the graphics look nice, Richard here looks like how he does in the movie, the environments are atmospheric and colorful. To emphasize that this game has what soulless corporations would call a whimsical sense of wonder, Richie Rich here will constantly say, wow. And whenever he lands on the ground, he suddenly weighs 900 tons! The gameplay is similar to Mario, where you die in one hit unless you get a power-up. The shoes are your standard power, and trust me, you need these. They help you move faster and jump higher. Luckily, if you get hit, you can pick them up again. Each world has its own power-ups, like the eyeballs, which are like the fire flower, and by like the fire flower, I mean exactly the same! You get a pirate sword in Adventure World and fairy dust Hadoukens in Fantasy World. There are different worlds, like in Super Mario 3, but unlike Super Mario 3, where different levels have different obstacles and even look different, you only go one place to the next here, and once in a blue moon apocalypse, you get a different objective, like get all the items, or find the right book, you dunce. Most of the levels are pretty samey, with only some minor differences, so the monotony hits you in the kneecap, and nobody likes being hit in the kneecap, unless you're into that sort of thing. We don't kink shame around here, this is a Christian channel, goddammit. The overworld is too linear. It's really just there if you feel like going back to a level to get some library card that you leave in your wallet and then pull them out years later because you forgot them. Even though the library is gone, you still feel the guilt of not returning them and then tears away at your soul. I'm sorry, what were the power-ups again?
But you have tons of amazing secret weapons and tricks to crush your opponents with, including a pirate sword, a bag of horrible eyeballs,
If there's anything that'll kill anything, it's soft, squishy, dismembered organs.
a magic shield, sticky green slime,
Slime that causes you to slip and slide on a pole is not a power-up. Most of the time. Half of the power-ups in the commercial are just obstacles in the level, not tanuki suits, spread shots, or herbs. The recreational kind. But hey, at least we get some variety with the flying of the books a la Aladdin. Well, that was fast. Which is why I'm single. Hey! You're probably wondering where your well-read friends are. I have no shame. So far, I've only seen Whoopi Goldberg fairy who looks like she's contemplating her career choices. The other two, who cares? What? What is that?
Frankenstein's giant fist,
Frankenstein, huh? You know, I wasn't aware that the good doctor was 100 stories tall, regularly consumed silver, and was related to Thing from the Addams Family. The music has been pretty underwhelmingly ear-grinding. Remember how majestic and grand the music was in the movie? Yeah, well, this is good enough for you, I guess.
What is that? He's grabbing my ball.
The enemies are nothing to write home about, but you should stay on your toes, because while this game controls fairly well, there are times where you miss a platform or a hook to grab because you didn't land exactly on it. I mean, apparently this guy here, this is Dr. Heidman, and he's not a boss. I mean, hey, at least the late great Leonard Nimoy got to have a pretty fascinating career in video games, like Seaman and Kingdom Fart. Your key collectibles are keys. Why? Shut up and don't question it. In Pirate World, you collect closed pocket watches, thankfully not touched by Christopher Walken.
Good.
And in Fairyland, you collect malted milk balls. This makes sense. Collect 100 of these and you get an extra life. I collected so many of these that I stayed at 9 lives. I had no idea Kevin McAllister was a cat man. There are a few levels that are in the dark, but it's pretty manageable until you realize that the camera is constantly shifting. It never stays centered. And because of this, you get a lot of cheap hits coming at you. And nobody likes being cummed at. Wait, the next book is a pirate level. Ooh, I can't wait to fight Jim Cummings. Not really, the man's a national treasure, not even memeing. We're fighting Long John Silver already? Huh, is it? What? So wait, how many Long John Silvers are on this boat? How big is this ship anyhow-y? The music is somehow even more sparse than the Haunted Castle. I love how amidst the dark gray skies and the thunderclouds looming in the distance, the game still has the gusto to play this overly inappropriately lame, happy music. The levels here are surprisingly short compared to the horror levels and less of a maze. What? What's with the parrot? They must be really low on manpower if a dorky, uncoordinated kid is able to take him out. Yeah, just kick him in the wooden shins, the scurvy will do him in. Yeah, I got a pirate sword! Richard never got to use it in the movie, so let's go swashbuckling. You even carried on your side like a real buccaneer. It's the little things like that. Tetris 99? Nothing on this. Oh yes, prepare to be sorted to deadness. Wait. It's not working. It's not working. So yeah, you don't actually fight the pirate. Your primary enemy in this game are books. What? Why do I have to kill the books? I'm a kid, not a tree hugger. Oh wait, you get to kill Captain Ahab. Many times. In his sleep. What does this game have against Moby Dick? Mercifully, we get off the ship and we find ourselves on an island. So do we get to find the treasure map? Nope. Nope. But at least the island levels look 1,000,000 times more appealing than the ship. Ooh, check out the darkness in the sky. Your doom is upon us. Oh, I mean, pretty much every single level involves you just going to the end, and this wouldn't be a problem if this game wasn't so easy. And the lack of any bosses so far ain't exactly encouraging. It's what we call encouraging. Hopefully they'll save the best for last. So once we close that chapter, we end in the fairy place land, where we fight some wolves, some silly knights, and baby dragons. Foreshadowing? You're just going around doing the same thing, climbing up a beanstalk. Remember climbing a beanstalk. Remember the dragon, the way it emerges from the ground up on our unsuspecting heroes? It was terrifying. I can't wait to face my fears and face my inner dragons. Well, for some reason, you alternate between being in the dragon and climbing up the beanstalk. I don't want to imagine what that was like. End of the road. It's a pretty boring level, all things considered. It's also complete bollocks. In order to beat this level, you have to find the secret book, get the shoes, use it to jump on the spikes because it's too far, and quickly walk through it while you're invincible. That is bullcart. We're at the last level. Maybe we actually do get to fight the dragon. Let's do this. That's it? All we get is creepy Pagemaster. But I thought you were the Pagemaster. Look, Mr. Lloyd, I love you, but you somehow found a role that was creepier than Judge Doom. And not as adorable. Yeah, whatever, Dumble Dingus, I already beat the game. This is why no one goes to libraries anymore. So overall, this game was pretty okay. I mean, it looks nice and it controls just fine, but the levels are tedious and weirdly designed. There's not a lot of variety, there are some questionable design choices. The lack of a real boss is a real downer. Now, I'll admit that I did spoil myself by seeing what would happen if you got all the library cards, and the ending's the same, there's not much to it. This game really is just made for fans of the movie. There's a lot of potential here, but unfortunately it's just never really fully realized. That being said, I'm still glad that I got to play this game, to finally give myself some closure. I've wondered for years what this game was like, and now I finally got to experience it. And for that, I'm at least happy. Most of all, I'm happy I got to share that experience with you. I'm glad you got to go on this little journey with me. You know, I think Ted Turner was really onto something when it came to the Pagemaster and wanting kids to read more. He wanted to expand their minds and their horizons. It's all so clear to me now. I have reached a state of nirvana, and it smells like teen spirit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go read a book. No, I'm bored. Alright, I'm gonna order a cheese pizza. It better be personally delivered by Macaulay Culkin or else I won't tip. Hey all, Chris here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little re-upload of this video I did. Adjusted the audio. I'm gonna do this with like 1 or 2 other videos, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe, or else. Because I said so. And because, you know, I'll give you a Tesla if you do all the things that I said. I don't know how I'm gonna send it to you, but you'll get one. Promise. I swear.